Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Now, you're looking at this. You're looking at this, and you're saying to yourself, "No, this is where it ends. This is an atrocity. This is where you're looking at this." Crimson, Dr. Avalanche, Jelly, welcome, welcome. Buzzkill, Steven, welcome. You're looking at this and saying, "This is where it ends. It can't possibly proceed from here." And I'm saying to you, no. I'm saying no. This is the stream that you wanted to show up for, because this is where it's all going to come together. This is where geniusosity, hashtag geniusosity, thrives. Rob, welcome. This is where geniusosity, hashtag geniusosity, thrives. It thrives in chaos and crisis. Okay? Do you think Leonardo da Vinci was just sitting around reading books, having a cup of tea, and said, "You know what, I think I'm going to invent a helicopter"? Nope. Crisis. Leonardo da Vinci lived under constant crisis. I don't know that to be a historical fact, but I'm going to believe that it is so. And you know what? That's enough. My belief is enough for fact. Now, we've got a lot of things to do here. We have many, many things to accomplish here. I'm going to have to pick them apart one by one. So, things we don't need to do. We don't need to pay any attention to anything that's going on up here. All of these people are going to die soon. And we've made judgments about their lifestyle choices, and we've decided we don't want any of them. However, we do want S.H.I.E.L.D. And we're trying to fill out the ranks in case anyone is getting caught up, because half of our colony died within the last two weeks or so. A couple of them are right down here. Nicole's down here. Snake is down here. Yep. Couple of people are dead. And a couple of people died the last time before that, and I think one before that. So we really do need to flesh out the ranks here. And S.H.I.E.L.D. is looking pretty tasty, okay? A range of skills. A range of skills. Perhaps not perfect, but a range of skills that I can use. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do with S.H.I.E.L.D. is keep them alive. So, Stench, what I need you to do is get up and start tending to S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh, Thuli's on it. Thuli's already on it. Thuli, are you any good at that? Yes, actually you are. Excellent. You actually are reasonably good at that. Cool. DeHook is off on a psychotic trip. And Knife, hopefully, will be cleaning this entire spaceship. Okay? That's where we're going to begin. Now, I do have a lot of mastodons outside. And you're saying to yourself, Dave, why aren't the mastodons inside? That's where mastodons live. And we're kind of backburnering that idea because they eat all of our food, and we've starved. So not a lot of food going on. What I'm going to do as a stopgap measure that has nothing to do with mastodons, but will occupy my time while we're healing up S.H.I.E.L.D., is extend this zone here, because I feel there's stuff we're not taking inside, and that's where that's going to go. So this is the stream. This is the one that you wanted to tune in on. This is the one that you're going to tell your kids about, and your grandkids, and your great-grandkids, should you happen to live that long. I certainly hope that you do. You will write books about this. Some of you may be authors. You are going to write books about what you witnessed today. And the title of the book will probably be "I Was There for the Geniusosity," hashtag Geniusosity. And the title of the second book, because you're not going to be able to do this in one book. You're going to need this. This is going to be like Churchill. This is going to be like a 12-volume thing. The title of the second book will indeed be "I Was There for the Geniusosity," hashtag Geniusosity, Volume 2. Just to kind of flesh that out for you there. And then, proceed on to Volume 3. One of the mastodons is fully healed. That's fun. These guys are all dead or dying, which is even more fun. And I'm going to put some coffee inside my face. Well, technically in my throat, which is, I guess the face is the gateway to the throat, isn't it? Oh, the power's out. That's fun. Yeah, we're having a bit of a power issue in that we don't have any, and our freezer will not be very cold. It's very cold right now. Buzzkill has already told his grandkids. Good. There must be someone to tell the story. In case the world goes to hell, Mad Max style, because there's a lot of ways it's going to go down. But, if it's Mad Max style, and there's a tribe of children who are doing oral tradition, passing on stories one generation after another, there has to be someone to tell the story. I was there for the Geniusosity. Hashtag Geniusosity Volume 4. I'm thinking you got like 5 volumes in this. I mean, we're not going Churchill epic here, but I think you got 5 volumes in here. Could you restrict the Furies to outside? The Furies? The Furies? My mastodons? Are we calling them Furies like the Greek demigods? Where they punish the sins of man? Because they do. I mean, I'm not saying they don't do that. They totally do that. And they do it by stomping on people. Hang on, I gotta check in on S.H.I.E.L.D. here. You're gonna be dead in 14 hours. Thule is still working on you. Okay? Thule moves a little bit slow. And we only have the herbal medicine. So he's getting there when he gets there. Okay? Maybe just chill out a little bit. Dahook is back to, air quotes, normal. And then Bertha's off on a trip. Great. Bertha's gonna eat all our food. Fantastic. I have precious little way to make any of these people happy, but that is what I need to do. I need to get going on making them somewhat content. Their biggest problem, and this may come as no surprise, their biggest problem is all of their friends have been killed recently. Now that would make me very sad. I would definitely stress eat, like Bertha's doing right now, if that were the case. I'd be like, wow, like 7 of my friends just got brutally killed. I'm going to have some ice cream. I get that. I totally understand that. I would be stress eating like crazy. However, that doesn't really help us, Bertha. Knife, you better be cleaning this spaceship. You're cleaning animal filth. Super. It's going to take a while. Oh, the work that's going to need to happen to get mastodon poop out of shag carpeting. You probably need like a steam cleaner or for that or something. Honestly, I'd just rip up the floor. I wouldn't even bother. Hang on, coffee. I wouldn't even bother. I just ripped the whole floor out. S.H.I.E.L.D. is technically capable of walking. We don't really need you to do that. I have put you on convert. Okay, who does wardening around here? Anyone? Anyone at all? Bertha, cool. You're stress eating right now, but Stench and Dahook will do it if necessary. They're terrible at it, but they will eventually do it. I'd rather it be Stench and Bertha because they're into like the ideology we're into. And then we've got to think about the mech place here. Because we landed here with a purpose. The purpose was not to have everyone brutally murdered. That was just a side effect. That was just a side note that everyone... Okay, all these people are dead now. Awesome. We can allow that if we feel like burying them. That's great. What's going on in here? Who's doing what down here? I don't know what was happening there, and I'm very suspicious of that. So we do want to breach the mech thing. I can only imagine there's, going to be mechs in there. We're not really equipped for things. Hey, speaking of equipped, Dave, so many people have been knocked unconscious or psychotic or insane or in a coma. Can we kind of check how many people have weapons? Okay, you have Cursed Chugger. You have an LMG. Hook has an SMG. Thule's got a machine pistol. Knife has an auto pistol. And Grime has the plasteel longsword. Okay. So people are technically armed within the legal definition of the word. Oh, you're eating. That's what you were doing. Good. That's why we put you outside. So you don't eat our food, you see. Stench is out here doing things. Could we possibly, Stench, get some trees cut down? Because we've got a power generator, and it does not have any power. It is not generating an ounce of power right now. I don't think you measure power in ounces. It's like, I don't know, ergs or... was. I don't know. Ohms? Is ohms a thing? I feel like ohms is an electrical thing. I feel like that's information that I know. I don't generally file that away. That's in a very dusty filing cabinet in my head. And we're not sure about it. It's got a big question mark over the piece of paper that says ohms. I have a lot of filing cabinets in my head. Some of them hold vital information so I can refer to it later. Others are dusty and kicked into a corner and a little bent and broken. And the ohms one is in there. It just says ohms, question mark, electrical. And that's it. That's all I've got. But I feel that's an electrical term of some sort. I'm sure I have at least 4 or 5 electricians. I mean, I got a vent guy. I've obviously got to have electrical people. Hey, Stench, you've done a thing. Cool. Oh, you never do hauling. That's rather finicky of you. Knife. You know what? You're cleaning. Please keep doing that. You're fishing. That's great. That's actually food. Knife, I hate to pull you off scrubbing the animal poop off the floor, and you're actually going to go have some food. Okay, you know what? We will get it fueled when we get it fueled. This is all going to come together. This is the one. Look, the ship is looking better already. There's at least 24% less mastodon poop on the floor. Admittedly, we have quite a bit of blood and vomit still to deal with. Quite a bit of blood and vomit. But the rest of it is going very, very well. I think I'm onto something here, and I don't know what it is I'm onto. Also, why? What? The ship isn't right. The ship is not right. This has an angle. This doesn't. Oh, I can't live with that. Oh, no, 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 no. We've got to move everything. Everything's got to get done. This is just terrible. Good news, I've got a lot of stuff. So put a couple of solar generators there, and then we're going to deconstruct that so I can fix my ship. You're welcome, by the way. You're welcome for me fixing the ship. How were you people looking at that and not alerting me to this issue? Look, there's an angle there, but not over here. I do everything around here by myself. Okay. What's this axe? I don't know. Take that axe. We might sell that to somebody. All right. I need Bertha to kind of get off her trip. And then to Hook, how awful is your life right now? Oh, yeah. Lots of cougar issues, human heads, bisons. Yeah, boy, you have not... You've not fared... And you're hungry. Okay, and you're starving. You're up. You're going to get your own food. Yeah. Oh, alms is a term. Okay, good. Is it an electrical term or is it like a legal term? Your Honor, I declare alms. And then the judge is like, uh-oh, now we don't have a trial anymore. I guess the criminal has to go free. I assume judges say uh-oh a lot when they make a mistake. I don't know, they've sentenced the wrong person and they put him away for 30 years. And then like 24 years later, they figure out that he was innocent. And the judge is like, uh-oh. I feel that's how that goes down. I'm no legal expert. I pretend to be, but I am no legal expert. But I feel judges say a lot of uh-oh a lot. Hey, Bertha, when do you feel you'll be contributing to anything at all around here? Also, I gotta get that last piece of carpeting in there. It's driving me nuts. It's driving me absolutely insane. I need one more piece of cloth. I have 5. I need 6. I would legitimately buy one piece of cloth from a trader just so I can finish that out. It is an electrical term. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Good. Well, then I'll just keep that in the filing cabinet then. I'll just keep that one in the old filing cabinet. And I might erase the question mark. I'll put a check mark next to it instead. It'll say alms electrical check. That is a correct term. I'm feeling better with the mastodons outside and that they're not eating our food. Hey, Grime, you're hauling things. Could you refuel this, please? Could you just refuel that? Thank you. Oh, we've already put up one of these. Good, I can deconstruct this one. This has got to go. Get that out of here. I don't know what I was thinking with that. How has this been allowed to stand? How has nobody notified me of the fact that my ship is not even? You know what it's taken me for it to look this even? I think we did a whole stream of just making the ship look even. At least on the outside. I know it's not even on the inside. It never will be. I'm not. I'm even on the outside. I'm not even on the inside. Ask Mrs. Dave. She'll tell you that. She's like, he's not even. No, that does not exist. Okay, what can I do in the meantime to try and cheer people up? Getting the filth off the floor will be a good start. We've got a TV. Grime is having dark visions. Recreation unfulfilled. I've got a TV, Grime. I don't know what else you want from me. I mean, more recreation would probably be the answer to that question. Like, literally anything. Did I ever put up... I mean, I could put up a Who's McWhat. There's a thing where you throw the thing, and then you're like, yay, I won the thing. That's not security at all. What's the thing? A horseshoes pin. That's it. Like, you put the thing up, and then you win. Okay, are we doing this? I think we did that. Okay. Bertha's back on board, but again, Grime is now out. Bertha, your move is just to go to sleep. Well, fantastic. That's just great of you. What do I have down there? A mech. Oh yeah, that mech-com hat or whatever. I don't know why we needed that. I know it was a quest reward, and obviously there was something else more valuable there. I'd just like to get the team vaguely normal so we can go get more of them killed, really, by going into the mech complex. How's Knifester doing here? No, sorry, not Knife, Shield. How are you doing these days? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you've got issues. There's no question of that. And what is it you believe in? The Outlaw Creed. Well, we're going to try and talk you off that ledge. The problem is you really believe in that. You're like wicked into that. Maybe I should just take to Hook off of that. Because he's going to tell them the wrong thing, basically. And Knife, don't bother doing that. Because you don't believe in our thing. Hang on. Do I really care that much about that? I think my short answer is no. You know what, Shield? We're switching gears with you. You believe in whatever nonsense you want. We're putting on you Recruit instead. Because I don't think religion is our primary concern at the moment. Who's supposed to be cooking? I'm not seeing many meals in here. Cooking. Stench. Stench, you going to get on that or not or what? So we do need less food. You're not wrong about that, Catonius. That's in the win column. But we don't need no food. And that's kind of where we're heading right now. In that I see 8 meals in here and like 8 packaged survival meals. So you're right. We do need less food. Numerically, you are correct. In terms of long-term stability of the colony, we still need food. We need some food. If we built the ship frame under the solar, would it come with us when we left? We experimented with that at some point. It's irrelevant now because I've only got 2 panels, so I can't build anything more in my ship. We experimented with that with the wind turbines, which was hysterically funny, if ineffective. Hang on, there's a boar. Okay. Who's in charge of animals? Grime. Okay, Grime's into everything. Cool. I need to deal with this. So how about you 3? Oh, Grime's not going to do anything. He's off on a trip. Okay, we're going to have to do this the hard way, guys, without mastodons. We're mastodonless. If only we could fish. We are fishing. Grime, you're going to get so killed up there. You're getting killed, kid. You're getting killed. And it's your fault, by the way. It's your fault that you're getting killed. Because you're off on some psychotic trip. There we go. Can we shoot the boar more, please? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Grime, get out of the way. I want to shoot it a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Okay, Knife, remind me why you're so slow? Oh, you're missing a leg. Yes, I should get on that. Sorry about that one, Knife. We'll work on that at some point. Can we kill this? Thank you. Okay, everybody is off duty. Off you go, kids. And somebody get that at some point. Thule, you want to just grab that boar? Thank you. Yes, we are technically fishing right here. We've got fish. Right next to the ship, we've got fish. So back to the could we put something on the outside of the ship? Sure, absolutely. Solar panels would be a great idea. Irrelevant. I have no panels with which to increase the size of my ship. I've just got to get this one out of here so my ship is even. This is going to make me nuts. All right, get things back to normal there. If Mad Boar is the worst of the day, that's not actually that bad. I can kind of cope with that. Do I feel I want to start trying to breach the Mechanator thing? Well, think in advance, Dave. You're a genius. Think in advance. You're going to have to set up minimum a mech recharging station. Grime's back to normal. Minimum a mech recharger. And then ideally, a mech gestator and a subcore encoder who's McWhatsit. Where do you think you're going to put that in this tiny little spaceship? And the answer is, I have no idea, me. Thank you for asking, but I have no idea where I'm planning on putting that. Also, did I? I didn't, but I thought about it, which is sometimes as far as I get with things. Also, mine out all those components. Thule, have you fallen over? Oh, no, you were changing. Oh, you were burying people. Okay, cool. Yay, good. Do that. And also, probably dig some more graves. We've got a lot of people to bury around here. We have so many dead bodies. Some of them are ours. Some of them are not. There's a visitor. Trosma. Talk to me, kid. Or literally talk to me. Stench, who does chit-chat around here? You're terrible. Bertha, you can technically hold a conversation. If they've got anything good, medicine, I would not be opposed to taking some medicine off of her. They've usually got some herbal medicine. Yeah, got 4 of them. I will take those all day. Thank you very much. You have no cloth. That makes me sad. I will actually take your pemmican. Because it's food. It is food. Okay, I should give that healer mech serum to someone. Whomever needed the leg. That would probably be a real good idea. We could dump maybe some unused weapons. So get rid of a few of those. How much money do you have? 168? Okay, why do I have a silver visage mask? When did I get one of those? Funerals might cheer them up. Oh, I think we did the funerals. Yeah, because we don't have a funeral notification over here. We've done the funerals. It did cheer them up a little bit, but surprisingly, they are very sad about people being dead. Like, super sad. They're like, oh, I wish people weren't dead. This makes me sad, even though we had a really spiffy funeral for them. Yeah, no, we have done the funeral game around here. 56 back to me. What else we got around here? You could have like 1 or 2 of those. That's fine. The medicine is good enough, and that pemmican. That's a really good gig, because that is food. So, yeah, no, Buzzkill's got it right. The cube is the ideal shape for any spaceship. Because you don't need to be aerodynamic in space. There's like... Look, I'm no rocketologist, but I'm pretty sure there's like no friction in space. So being aerodynamic is completely irrelevant. I mean, it'd be a pain in the neck getting it up there, but probably what you'd do is you'd build it in space, like the Death Star. Like that's what you do, is you build it in space. And look at the Death Star. That's not very aerodynamic either. Is it? Is a ball aerodynamic? I feel like it is. Like, balls move through the air pretty quickly when you throw them at people. Unknowingly, surprisingly at them. And they're like, what did you just do? Did you throw a ball at me? I'm like, yeah. And then I run away, laughing, tittering really, going, ha 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 ha, like that. So putting the aerodynamic status of a ball aside, a sphere, you would build it in space, like the Death Star. And then you just go anywhere you want because you're in a giant box. And aerodynamics mean nothing at all. There we go. Oh, healer mech serum. That's what I was going to do. So, who had Knife? You had a lot of issues going on, didn't you? Yeah, you've lost a nose and a leg. I'm going to take a shot at this, because if you grew your leg back, that'd be so awesome. I don't immediately remember if it uses, like, the worst one. And does it then consider that a lost nose is worse or better than a lost leg? I'm going to say the leg is probably... Well, it's just physically bigger. There we go. Got the leg back. Look at that. We're having a good day already. Yep. This is the one you wanted to tune into. Like, Dave's never going to get that leg done. Boom. Got the leg done. Got the leg done in the first 22 minutes. Okay, you were sitting at home. You've been sitting at home all week. Just sort of rocking back and forth on the couch in a vaguely fetal position. Going, when is Dave going to get that leg done? Look at that. First 22 minutes. Hashtag geniusosity right there. This is the one you wanted to tune in for. I'd like to Hook to be back in shape, and then I'd like to go poke my head in the door of the mech, like, thing. And I think Knife's almost done cleaning. We've really got to clean. Knife, could we actually focus on the hospital? It's just really awful in there. It's really, really awful. And this is where, like, people are supposed to be not getting infections. Yeah, we're growing legs, Buzzkill. I'm long past bionics. I'm just going to tell the guy to grow his own leg and stop whining at me about it. Did we ever get... Yeah, we got the second thing done. We have not... Oh, never mind. They already did it. Oh, never mind. It was fine. There was a thing in there. Okay, it was cool. Thank God. Oh, I feel so much better now. Never mind. It was even. I knew I couldn't have let that slide. I could never have looked at this all these weeks and said, yeah, that's cool. Now, there was a diagonal in there already, but now I've got 2 solar panels instead of 1. Everything is totally fine. Yeah, you guys are connected, right, into, like, the power network. Oh, yeah, you're cool. You're cool. Maybe another battery. Now, go back to this Mechanator thing you were talking about there, Dave. As I say to myself, you're going to need somewhere to put the recharger. I could maybe break down a couple of these shelves in favor of the recharger. It's not like we got anything on here anyway. It's kind of irrelevant. So, let's... Show me research. Knife does all the research. That's the problem. And we're not going to learn basic mech tech until we actually go storm the place. DeHook is back. Everyone is actually frighteningly healthy, awake, and not insane right now. Good news us. Team, we're going for a little bit of a party here. We came here for a reason. The reason was to escape, the untimely demise of my entire colony. That was the reason for that. But we did come here specifically with the idea of getting the Mechanator thing under control. So we're gonna poke in here and just sort of see what happens. Somebody come to a door and then tell me when you get there. I'm really hoping there aren't like 50,000 mechs in here. Also, there's herbal medicine up here, kids. We already harvested it. Maybe somebody could go get it. Just asking for a friend, as the kids say. Hashtag asking for a friend. Hashtag geniusosity. Okay, nothing to see there. All right, go in here and pop the door. And, okay, nothing in there. Nothing so far, anyway. Look for the drone things, Dave. Look for those drone things. Because you've been taken by surprise by those. We've lost a colonist, so that haven't we, Dave? Yes, we have. And door. Okay, stop. Okay, everybody stop. Okay, I found a thing. What is that? Ancient comms console. Ooh. Link to a supply satellite. I like supplies. I like supplies real good. Okay, so a cryptosleep casket. Is that this one? Okay, everybody grab a mastodon and come inside. Okay, and sort of line up here. I've got a feel. Wait, whoa, out, everybody out, or everybody over here. Okay, wow, this is like the Scottish play. I'm so far steeped in blood that to go on is as tedious as to turn back. Do I go forward, or do I try to go back out through the door? What would a genius do? Go forward, Dave. Always go forward. Always strive forward. Go. Run. Except Bertha, because you could actually get right back outside. And Mastodons, go over here. Everybody go over here. There we go. I want, in my mind, I want to say that was fine. It's just that the entire room is on fire now. So, we have problems in that regard. So, what we're going to do is own all of this. We're going to own all of this. And then I know there's a fire. That's why I owned all of this. Everybody start putting fires out, including the ones that are on the mastodons right now. So everyone go either extinguish a mastodon, a piece of tile, whatever this is. Bertha, you're also off duty. I need you to come in and do fire duty right now. Yeah, and actually hold that door open because we're choking out in here. We're choking out. Maybe we just leave. Maybe we just get out of here. Okay, everybody go. Everybody just grab a mastodon and go. Hopefully the casket will not burn down. Everybody just go outside, like cough and get your lungs cleared out and stuff. Okay, I think the problem is largely solving itself. Tell you what, and no. I know you want to put fires out, but like seriously, don't. Just don't. It's okay. Why don't you come over here again? Okay, everybody come over here. Okay, once again, all of my colonists are injured. Yeah, we're just gonna let it burn out. That's fine. We're just gonna let it burn out. Don't worry about anything. Everyone just come over here. Everyone come over here. Okay. You know what? We're just gonna temporarily make that not in the home zone. How about that? So yeah, no, none of this, please. None of that at all. Don't worry about anything that's going on over there. Okay, all you guys can just be off draft. There you go. Okay. The thing's on fire. Oh dear. We need that. It's exhausting being this much of a genius. It really is. I know you're looking at this, going, "Wow, this doesn't seem tiring at all." It is exhausting being a genius. It really is. So that I just need that bit to do its thing, and hopefully having the door open there. Oh, also, why don't we hold this door open? Okay, and then you know what? Hold this door open too. Let's ventilate the place. It's just that we kind of need that to get put out, because that's the important thing that we came all the way here for. That and the fishing. Oh, and hold this door open as well. Just a little ventilation. That's what we need here, a little ventilation. So if you guys could, and Knife, if you could actually solely concentrate on this, if you could just like literally concentrate on that, thank you. Just keep putting that out. The doors are wide open. I don't know why people are having a problem with superheated air here. Okay, everybody can like leave now. Everybody can leave. Just everybody go. No, take the mastodon with you. Just take the mastodon with you. Is that going to catch fire again? Is that actually on fire right now? Yeah, sort of vaguely. Yeah, extinguish that fire, please. You're right. I need a vent guy. Everything is on fire. You're not wrong. No, don't really sweat those fires. Those fires are okay. We don't really worry about those fires. We're going to worry about... What if I just took the roof off? My God, it hurts to be this much of a genius. Here's what we're going to do, kids. We're going to remove all of that. Because it's raining, you see. It's raining. Knife, how banged up are you? You're fine, kid. You're totally fine. Could you focus on removing the roof area, please? And actually, all of you are going to do that. So, Grime... focus on removing the roof area, and Thule, focus on... Okay, you can't do that sort of thing. Bertha, could you come back in and remove the roof area, please? You know why? Because it's raining. It's raining. Also, that will, of course, ventilate the place, so we won't be as worried. I know Knife is being burned by superheated air. I'm aware of how burned he is by superheated air. Yeah, and no, if we could actually focus on the thing that I've asked you to do. Oh, Knife's down. If we could actually do that, please. Could you focus on that? Thank you so much. And if we could maybe focus on removing the area here, that'd be cool. Because, you know, rain's good. Stench, could you rescue Knife, please? He's had a bit of a flummox. Okay, this is fine. This is totally fine. This is Tuesday in my world. It's not. It's Friday. It's not like I pre-recorded this or anything. I wouldn't know how to do that, because how would I respond to you guys? Maybe how... Okay, show me my roofs. Yeah, that's not really helping, guys. We need more than that, actually. More roof than that needs to be removed. 3 tiles is nice. I see what you did there. How about we just leave? How about you guys just leave? Okay, so come over here. Just go. It's not working out. It's just no. Take the mastodons with you. Don't leave without the mastodons. Just everybody rescue somebody. Get out of here. We're just gonna have to let this. Oh no, the thing's on fire again. Okay. Bertha, what did I ask you to do? Remove a roof. Okay, could you specifically remove the roof over this thing? It keeps catching on fire is the problem, Bertha. It keeps catching on fire. And I can't have that, Bertha. It's not okay. Thulian Grime, how banged up are you? Some minor burns, and you have minor burns. Okay. Bertha, this is all on you, kid. All right, the whole gig is on you right now. So take that off, and then take this off. Okay, we're going to do this one at a time, Bertha. Take this off. Remove that roof. Okay, and then probably go ahead and do this one too. Yeah, go do that one. Okay, we feeling better about the fire now. There we go. Bertha, you can check out. Good job. Okay, the rest of the place can burn. This is soaking wet right now. And there's one thing I know about fire, it's pretty aerodynamic. No, wait, that was a different thing. That was like the Death Star. So under no, we'll remove the home area again. I'll deal with all of this. It hurts to be this much of a genius. It really does. You're looking at this going, Dave, how much does this hurt? And I'm telling you, a lot. The answer to that question is a lot. Where are you going? Oh, you're tending to yourself. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, do that. That seems like a perfectly sensible thing for you to be doing. Alrighty. Well, I think we're just waiting for the fire to burn out. At this point, I hope it keeps raining. I hope it keeps raining. That's a good thing, if it kept raining. Otherwise, the fire is going to keep being, well, fire, frankly. Fire. Alright, I'm going to opt to Hook, where are you going? Why are you beating that fire out? Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Don't worry about that fire. If you want to take a roof off, you can do that, kid. But don't be all up in the fire's business. Okay, you just let fire be fire. You don't worry about what fire is doing. You worry about what Hook is doing. Fuzzy is fully healed. Also, why are we... Because I own these shelves. Don't worry about that. Just clear all of that, please. Thank you. Good effort. Good effort there. Who was that? That was Fish. Okay, good effort, Fish. Good effort putting the medicine on the shelf there. See, this thing just keeps catching on fire. Fire. If it stops raining, I'm in big trouble. Really. This is what you're going to do to me today, RimWorld. Really? Good news for you, I'm a genius. Hashtag geniusosity. So I will find a way to cope with this. The rain is... Well, it's the rain. I don't think the fire appears to be spreading much more than it is right now. It seems to be really loving burning those things. It's like wicked into that. Like, I love burning. There you go. Perfect. Okay, that's exploded into ash. And if this wants to explode into ash, that'd be okay too. You want to just go ahead and do that. Lander, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, you're going to look at this and say, what happened? And I'm going to tell you what happened. Genius happened. Hashtag geniusosity. That's what happened. Look at that. Fire gone. And what am I going to see soon? Fire gone. Okay. Then we can get in there. All right. Now, I gotta go deal with everybody being injured again. Don't show me roofs anymore. I'm off that idea. That was a trip I was on for a while. So, literally everyone is injured, except a Hook. You're shearing Fuzzy. Oh, good. We're not using the trade console anymore. No, but we could. I mean, if a trade ship comes by, I'd like to be able to sell stuff. I've got somewhere in here is a beacon. Yeah, there's beacons down here. Knife is kind of back up and running. Okay. The burns should not last long. They should be able to get over those fairly quickly. How are we doing on shield? Is anyone feeding you? No, not at all. Bertha, could you feed him, please? Yep, feed Shield the bartender. Yeah, your son died. Yes, I know. Okay, let's all move on. I'll get you another Igor at some point. I did check. You actually can't reverse vasectomies in this game. So I was gonna put Stench's bits back together and see if we can get another Igor. But no. You can snip him, but you can't put it back together, which is fair. I mean, you technically can, but it's not recommended, and it often doesn't work. Bertha's back to Hook is back. Yeah, this will be fine very, very soon. You know what I could do? Why don't we, just to give him, I don't know, somewhere slightly nicer to live, I'll put a few animal sleeping spots up in here for the many, many mastodons that I have. There we go. You guys can all live up there. All right, you all live up there. Except you're not in the home zone anymore, are you? So, zone. Yeah, we can have all of this again so the guys can go in there. Just, I don't know, I feel a little better if they were under some roof. It's not a complete roof, but it is some roof. Some roof technically exists there. Wait, those are the weapons. Don't worry about that, Dave. Just come right back where you were. All right, what have we learned from all of this? The ship is a lot cleaner than it used to be. A manly festival. My God, it's like being in P-Town. Manly festival, all right. A light ball and a ritual spot. I'm not really sure I have either of those. I mean, I could make one. Is that a thing people would be into? It's probably going to be a terrible one. Is that really what people want? If I want to do the manly ritual? Maybe. Conversion. There it is, the manly festival. Okay, sure, it's going to be terrible. You're all going to hate it. Do it anyway. Have a big old manly festival. It's probably the people who believe in man pork. This is that religion cropping up again. Why isn't that a real religion? I'd be down with that one. I'd be like, religion of man pork. Sure, that sounds fun. Hang on, coffee, face. There we go. So we're getting down. We're boogieing. Thule is definitely boogieing. Thule loves a bit of the boogie. And we're having a good old time with that. It was boring. Yes, it was. Yes, that is correct. I don't really have the time or inclination to put up a disco ball for you guys, much as I might like to. It would go really well with the shag carpeting. I should put a disco ball up at some point. So getting back to my concept of deconstructing those to make room for the recharger, that is probably a pretty decent idea. I could maybe store the drug lab, because we're not really doing anything with that right now. And I really need some more heal root. So anything that looks vaguely like heal root, there we go. There's one. Make sure we get all of this, thank you, because I have like no medicine. You four rather, are technically not terrible. Why don't you come over here? And we're going to crack this puppy open. Okay, so we're going to open that eventually. And I'm kind of... Actually, give me a Grime up here. How banged up are you? You're fine, kid. Could you come up here? Because I need your mastodons on board. And yeah, just Grime will make his way up here eventually. I need the mastodons on board in case there's a giant mech in there. I think my worst case scenario will be one of the tiny mechs, like a Militor or something. It could be nothing at all. Could just crack it open and everything's totally fine, but we'll see. Yeah, just everyone kind of hover around there. Open that up. Yeah, that fire almost took it out. So open that up. Slow everything down a little bit there. And see what's in here. Just be ready to shoot it in the face. What? There's a... Yeah, oh, we know there's a mech link. Where? Yeah. Corpse of an ancient mechanator. Yeah. Right-clicking the corpse. Where's the corpse? I don't... Oh, there it is. I was standing on it. Okay. Could you extract the mech link, please? And then I gotta think about who I'm going to give that to for nexties. So, one mech link. Okay, come over here. Who survives, really? Maybe Knife. Knife doesn't actually do a lot of combat around here. Knife's primarily my researcher. He's my cleaner now. But Knife's like the smartest guy on the planet, almost. Hey, you're losing a lot of intelligence with a mop in your hand, aren't you? Knife, why don't you come be a mechanator? Because you seem like my safest bet. You are least likely to die in the reasonably near future. That's not really true. Knife has almost died several times, but not recently, so we're going to give it a shot there. Also, let's slaughter everything that doesn't fight back or explode, because I'm not going to violate my cardinal rule again. We only hunt things that don't fight back or explode. That's how it works. And everyone else can just kind of go about their business at this point. And we'll see what kind of mechanator thing we can. Now, I'm going to have to get some research going. Yeah, so mech tech. We haven't actually done it yet because he has not technically installed that. And wait, Knife? No, oh, you're way down here. Yeah, you are horribly burned. That's no lie there. That's not horribly burned. Is there a skill that's good for that? Yeah, smithing, actually. But anyone can do it. The only thing that takes time is smithing the who's what's there. Oh, we've lost War Trumpet. Nobody's really on animal duty right now. So, yeah, smithing is a really good skill for that. Hang on, I'll slam everything into pause mode there. And actually, Knife's not terrible at that. So making the subcore encoders is, I believe, a smithing task, not a crafting task. And, you know, they'll be slower if they're terrible at it, but they'll get it done. And then once you throw the thing in the mech gestator, you're fine. Hang on, coffee, face. There we go. Okay, so you've installed that. Cool. Now we need to learn basic mech tech so we can do anything else at all. So basic, where to go? Basic mech tech. There we go. It's only 200. So here's what we're going to do, Knifester. We're going to put you... Actually, Grime's on research. Okay, that's fine. You're actually smarter than Knife. Good. Somebody will get on it eventually. And Bertha's working on Shield. Good. Has Shield been fed recently? Within the last 24 hours or so? A lifter. Okay, not my ideal. I wanted a cleaner, but I'll take a lifter. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. I prefer that over... I mean, my top choice would have been cleaner. My second choice probably would have been lifter. Although the Mastodons do hauling. I don't really... I mean, they're quite good at it. Oh, back to the animal thing. Who's supposed to be dealing with that? To Hook. Okay. So you will train them eventually, he says optimistically. How are we doing on food? 14 regular meals, 13 now regular meals, and not much else. Okay, that is Stench's job, right? Okay, why don't we get on some number one cooking there? I know you were out harvesting the rice, but let's just get on some number one cooking and get that taken care of. All right, ship definitely cleaner. Much, much cleaner. Looking better, too. Looking much, much better. Hey, Bertha, when do you think you might be over the death of your son? Just asking. Wow, 21 days. He was that important to you. Huh. Mark, welcome. Wow, really, that important to you? It's going to take 21 days for you to get over the death of your son. Okay, well, if you're going to be whiny about it, that's okay, I guess. What I was going to do, I could actually put it up here. Oh, this entire side of the map is on fire. Huh. That's interesting. I wanted to put up the chem fuel generator, or chem fuel producer, whatever it is, the biofuel producer, what's the thing. I won't have power up here, but I could reasonably... Actually, I don't need power for that. That doesn't take power, does it? Biofuel take power? I really don't remember the answer to that question. Yes, it does. Okay, that's okay. I just want to put it somewhere inside so it doesn't keep constantly exploding because it's outside in the rain, as one would. So we can pop that guy up there. A shaman merchant, you say. And they're a caravan, too. I know it's not in a workshop. We're all going to learn to cope with that information, okay? Everybody just chill. I'm just going to slap up, like, a wind turbine up here. That should be basically all I need to keep that thing going. And then I'm not even going to bother with the nice conduit. Just do the regular conduit right over to here. Where are these people? What's their problem? What do I have to deal with? Okay. Bertha, you can basically talk to people, right? Yeah, I mean, you have a skill. So go see what these people want. Don't forget to check the other rooms. I could, or they could blow up. So what I'm doing, Catonius, is I'm prioritizing my layers of genius like an onion. In that I'm not going initially for the first layer. I'm going for deeper layers in which something in there might explode, but it won't if I don't go in there. You see the geniusosity coming forth there. Hashtag geniusosity. You see the geniusosity coming out there. Hashtag geniusosity. If I don't go in, nothing will explode. I've lived my life like that, and I will not apologize. What have you got? You have yet more pemmican. Where is all of our pemmican? I just bought like a ton of pemmican. It must still be outside. I could buy a rooster. That'd be fun. Just to have a random rooster kicking around. All right, you have a herbal medicine. Woot. All right, got any good books? Sometimes you guys do know. You have a psychic insanity lance. You've got money. I'm kind of inclined to sell that thrumbo horn. For what, though? For what? Like, what do you actually have that I want? I could make my mastodons slightly more sentient, but I don't really think that does anything besides make them more trainable, easier to train, and they hold on to their training longer, so I don't know if that's really what I need. I could get some plasteel. Yeah, I'm definitely going to sell the horn. And probably that sculpture. I mean, why not? That's a quick 100 silver right there. Did you bring it from the old map? No, Mark, I just bought it now. So the visitor who came by not ages ago, but like last game day, I just bought a whole bunch of pemmican from them. I'm kind of curious where the heck it is. Okay, I guess I'll get, some plasteel. Oh, no, not that much. No, not that much. How about less of that until I'm actually making a profit off of you? So, yeah, there we go. And you could have maybe like a couple of things of tea. There you go. That's fine. I make a profit. I'm not taking all your money, but I make a profit. Pemmican? Pemmican? There's a component. I get that part. It was right around there. The trader, the visitor was right there. Did I maybe not click it properly? Has maybe everyone eaten it? That's entirely possible, I guess. Everyone might have already eaten it. That doesn't seem likely, though. Maybe I misclicked. It's pemmican. It literally doesn't go bad quickly. That's the whole point of it. So it shouldn't have rotted or anything like that. Use the handy search feature. Yeah, that's actually not a completely terrible idea. Because I don't know why I'm not so good on this. Pemmican, times 16 times 8. Maybe I didn't buy as much as I thought. Oh, Thule's got it in his pockets. Her pockets. Whatever, Thule. I was gender neutral before it was cool. Oh, Thule's got it in her pockets. Just holding on to some beef jerky. For, I don't know, a period of time where you might enjoy some beef jerky. Like, boy, I could really go for some beef jerky right now. We have that in the fridge. In case I just suddenly say, boy, I could really go for some beef jerky right now. And there it is. It's in the fridge. Ready to go. Ready to go at any moment. Okay. I think we can optimistically move things on a little bit faster. I know... Oh, wait, Yeah, no, knife. Actually, that's cool. You put on the hat. The special hat. Wow, that gives you 12 mechs? Holy McMoly knife. And it looks good on you, too. You look like a robot pig. It's awesome. It's like your Porky Pig crossed with the Terminator. That would be terrifying and funny at the same time. So cool. Yeah, you put on the Mechanator hat. Excellent. Good deal. We have not done any stretch of research for that because everyone's frankly asleep and Grime is doing the research and you're what? You get a tiny little burn, kid. Teeny tiny little burn. Okay, I have had worse burns than that and gotten about my day. So the things that are not finished... Okay, knife is technically alive, so you might finish that at some point. I'm just making sure that these aren't... Yeah, see, Snake is not here anymore. Snake is never going to finish this minigun. I think we can go ahead and cancel that. Thank you very much. Didn't really need that. And we'll just go ahead and say Snake ain't coming back for that one. The knife one is fine. We can have that. Stench, frantically cooking. Thank you. Frantically cooking. Also, kill more things. Like, just kill a bunch of things and then bring them into the ship and then, eat them after butchering them and cooking them up. I mean, after that entire chain of events, go ahead and kill things. All right. Too bad they didn't want to buy my mastodon fur. Why do I have 1,460 units. The best thing I could see right now would be a bulk goods trader. I could get rid of so much stuff on them. And if nothing else, I'd make a huge profit off of them. Yeah, Knife, if you can kind of start hauling everything inside. Grime, what's your plan for the day? Oh, yeah, you're removing the roof. No, we don't actually need to do that anymore. Sorry, you can actually put that back on. Because I'm letting the Mastodon sleep in there. Wicked sorry about that, dude. Go ahead and build a roof there. Good job. I mean, great job. It's just that we need the roof for the biofuel thing, because otherwise it'll explode when it's raining. Great job, Grime. Really, really appreciate that. Badger, welcome, welcome, welcome. So a really good initiative. I did indeed tell you to do that. You're not wrong. It's just that we kind of don't need that anymore. Make extra clothes. Could. I don't know if crafting is my top priority right now. Actually, hang on. In just learning the basic, just plugging in the mechanator thing, can I make the recharger? No, I still have to do basic mech tech. Where is that mech, by the way? Because you should probably be in, like, the home zone. You don't really need to be anywhere else. You can also auto-repair. Where are you right now? Come here. Oh, you're down here, moving things. Yeah, cool. Just, actually, I say be in the home zone. No, that's terrible. You should go all over the map and get things. That's, like, basically your job. So, yeah, be an unrestricted for right now. Hang on, Tusky's given birth. We've got a new Mastodon. Okay. You know what? They're not eating our food. This is a good move. They're not eating our food. So that's fine. Tahook is training them. That's good. I will now open the floor for naming the yet more Mastodon that we have going on right now. I have a lot of Mastodons, and I'm very, very happy about that. I don't... I'm not saying they're not good Mastodons, and of course we'll train them to kill. Because Mastodon Army just basically breaks RimWorld. Got a problem? Mastodons. Any problem at all? Mastodons. Ooh, could we deconstruct this? No. We can probably shoot it. Anything else in here we could deconstruct maybe? No, we could haul that. We can deconstruct that. Might be some steel in there. Deconstruct that and that. Try not to blow anything up, if you could. There's a solar flare. Oh, we'll learn to cope with that. Yeah, actually, that's a fire. That's, Hey, guys, we should probably deal with this fire. I think this is an important fire. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes to that fire. Yes, let's go ahead and maybe not have that fire. Maybe that fire could go away. Anyone want to get out and thank you, Stench. Knife, thanks, guys. Again, Knife, what is your problem right now? Still the burns? Okay, you still don't have a nose. There's nothing I can do about that right now. So, Stompy, Tank, and Bunny. Stompy's too easy as Catonius. You're better than that. Tank is okay, but I think we got to go with Bunny. I like Bunny. Yeah, we're going with Bunny. Your name now is Bunny. So you are Bunny the Mastodon. There we go. Stompy's way too easy. My viewers are better than that. You're smarter than that. Stompy. Anyone could do Stompy. I could do Stompy. Bunny. Flock of Seagulls. Alright, how many Mastodons do you know that are named Flock of Seagulls? I'm going to tell you, one. One. Are we opening the last Mechanator room? No. No, we're not. But why, Dave? Why? Don't make me type in why. Why aren't... Because it might explode. Like the last one. So we're not opening that room until I've got other things done. Okay, I wasn't counting on just the room exploding. Just by walking by it. We didn't even do anything to that. Well, it didn't randomly explode. It said specifically, I am exploding now. Watch me blow up. So no, we're not doing that until I am more fully prepared. The whole point of today, the reason you're going to tell your grandkids about this, is that this is Geniusosity in action. Okay? This is all coming back together. This is all coming back together here. And you know darn well it is, too. Okay? The shag carpeting is mostly free of Mastodon poop. And blood and vomit. There's a little bit of blood. I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit of blood. We haven't got all of the blood, but we've gotten quite a bit of the blood. Yeah, this is good too. The lifters are helping with the construction by moving things in place. So we've got the steel over there. We're going to have the components in there momentarily, and then somebody could build that. Mastodon Corleone. Hold on to that one. That's good. That's good. I would actually edit that by just saying Corleone. and then you can kind of fill in the blanks. It's more funny if the viewer creates the joke, if the audience creates the joke. That's why Bob Newhart was a genius. It's more funny. A leathery stranger. Oh my God, my favorite kind. It's more funny. So you could, okay, so let's discuss that. And let's discuss comedy in general, comedy theory, if you will. So you could say Mastodon Corleone, and you're like, oh yeah, Godfather, huh? But if you just say Corleone, then the audience has to kind of, they have to fix it, because our brain wants to create a pattern. That's how our brains work. They want to see patterns. They want to put information together into something that makes sense. So calling the Mastodon Corleone just says Corleone, Mastodon, Mastodon Corleone. It's why Bob Newhart was a genius. It's why his one-sided phone calls were some of the funniest things that have ever been put to comedy, because the audience is making it funny by imagining and filling in the blanks of what the other person is saying. And all I do, by the way, is rip off Bob Newhart. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that one. You were a genius. Thank you for showing me the way. Ragged Stranger. Yep, you're in. You're in. Actually, are you in? Wow, actually, you're not that bad. You have some skills. You have some skills. You have a little bit of everything going on there. So we're definitely going to accept you, because why would I not talk? Why would I not take a leathery stranger? Why would I not? Why would I not? Leathery stranger. That's perfect. Perfect right now. Amongst all the explosions. Oh, there's a psychic soothe. Thank you, RimWorld. I appreciate that one. So, what's your gig? Okay. Deeply knowledgeable of all things related to the void. Can study unnatural phenomena. We don't actually have any of those. But thanks. Thank you. There's something you're not telling me. Yeah, I'm sure there is. You're probably going to explode into a flesh mass. No, I'm absolutely allowing her to join. I think everyone being of the same ideology is a real back burner thing right now. We're not going to stress that. I'm not going to be worried that everyone believes in the same thing. They can just be a little bit sad about whatever it is they're sad about. Hawthorne's right in. Okay, cool. What can I get you to do? I've even got an extra bedroom for you, don't I? You were pretty good at mining, so we'll put that down. And you were not bad at cooking. I mean, you can technically cook. That way I can get Stench to do other things, because Stench does better other things. So, you're not great, it's 4, but I'll have you do it. And then construction, you're not completely terrible. Everyone does these things whether they want to or not. And apparently you're awesome at dark study. It doesn't say that you are, but apparently you are. You have No, what are you doing? No, don't put the spacesuit on. No, you've got to be assigned to the things that you're assigned to. Okay, come here. Don't wear terrible clothes. And you can not do that. Don't wear terrible clothes. There you go. Just peel those off, please. Peel those off. What could possibly go wrong with a leathery stranger? The answer, nothing. This will not go wrong. Leathery stranger, Hawthorne, there you go. You can have that bedroom. It's not a very good one, but it's what we've got. Speaking of which, I could start to pretty that up. How about we did some limestone tiles in there? I've got the shag carpeting running down the center. Let's make the other parts of it. I could even put in fine limestone tiles. I'm going to do that. We're going to make this really small, but really nice. Really, really nice. Now, did we get the things going on up here? Yes, this is cooking along quite nicely. So let's add some bills in here. Do that, I don't know, like 10 times. There we go. Because what I need inside my ship is more explosive materials. And we should be putting that over here. Are all these tanks full? They are all quite full. I don't really need to go anywhere right now, but we could certainly think about going somewhere in the future, because the mechs will find us eventually. Are we making... We're making no research whatsoever, are we? So... Yeah, you're on fishing. Okay, why don't you back off of fishing and construction, Prime? Just go solely on research, at least until we get basic mech tech done. At least of that. Will the rest of the Rolling Stones be joining? Oh, dear God, I hope not. They're very, very old. They've been around way too long. So, no, let's just nod on that. I'm actually not a Stones fan. I'm really not. I appreciate that they're very talented musicians and they've made a lot of, important songs. I'm just not into them. It doesn't do anything for me. I've shared this story before, that I was invited to a dinner party with Keith Richards, and I turned it down. You're like, my God, you could have met Keith Richards. I'm like, well, I don't care. I have nothing to say to Keith Richards. I really don't. He'd probably be like, hey, what's your favorite Stones song? Except he'd say it in that sort of drawly Pirates of the Caribbean accent thing. And I'd be like, dude, I'm not actually that wicked into you. I like Paint It Black. That's a pretty good one. Now, apart from that, not so much, kid. And then he'd probably be too drunk to remember me, so it was largely irrelevant. And according to the aftermath of the party, apparently he was too drunk to remember anything. He was quite literally under the table. Literally under the table. For a large chunk of the party that I did not attend. So yeah, we're gonna forego fishing, Catonius. I know. We spent a long time trying to find fish. There we go. Basic mech tech. Bang that right out. While we're here, we may as well do something else. I don't really need Starflight Basics. There's no reason for me to have that. I could get advanced craft tech. What's that gonna give me? Ooh. Wait, I can make my own Gravlight panels. Oh, that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. Get that. Get that. What does that take? One plasteel, and oh, I need to get the special blocks. Okay, so we definitely need to go into space. What was the thing where I made the suits? Was that standard Gravtech? What was the thing where we make the space suits? Because I was way into that. Because then we can go into space and get those special rocks. I do not remember what that was. If somebody remembers what that was, could you pop that in the Discord? Not the Discord, please. I mean, do put it there if you feel like it, but it would be completely irrelevant. I'm not looking at that right now. You could put it in comments. That would be even better. So, did we ever get... Where was that big chunk of... I must have already got them, the big chunk of components down here. Got a bunch of trees ready to go. There's some more components over here. Bertha's going to pig out. That's fine, actually. That's an acceptable response. I would be stress eating, too, if I lived here. Nothing going on up there. Anything special that I'm seeing? Oh, there's a lot of heel root up here. Let's get that. All right, and there's probably some more fish in there, but we're not going to sweat that right now. Steel and components is my primary thing that I want right at the moment. Okay. I am going to do what? What season is it? Oh, it's permanent summer. Okay. With a distinct lack of threats lately, he says optimistically, I'm going to start to put up... Is this rich soil or is that's mud? Do I have any rich soil? I do down here. Let's see if I can get some heel root going. So give me a growing zone like that. I know that's a lot. I get it. But I'd like to get some of this. And let's get some heel root. And then let's do some other food-based things here. Or, you know what, Dave? You want to finish that shag carpeting. Want to finish the shag carpeting. Maybe you could get some cotton going. That could also do to be in a really good zone. If I've got any reasonably close by. If not, I'm not going to sweat it. Actually, there's some right up here. Go put some of that up there. And that can be cotton. Because that takes a while. And then let's just do, I don't know, like a potato thing or something down here. Just for more food. More food, the better. There we go. One potato-based Whoosy McWhat's-It over there. Yeah, potatoes. Yeah, the thing I said the first time. I could start bisecting the mountain. You're not wrong about that. I don't know that I need to. There's plenty of steel pockets around. So I could start bisecting looking for cooler things, but there's a lot of steel. There's more components in there. I wouldn't mind getting those, although I have 82. At the moment. Oh, hang on. I know basic mech tech. I should get the recharger going. So, slow it down a little bit there. I can't believe I haven't had a crisis recently. And Shield, how are you doing on, like, not being a prisoner anymore? 14.6. Okay, bit of a slow roll there. That's fine. You'll be good when you get good. Oh, look at that. We've done the nice tiles in here. We're finishing that off now. Where am I going to put this recharger? Up here would work. Up here would work. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to deconstruct that, and we're going to move the animal bed somewhere that isn't where it is right now. He says not really knowing where that is. I can go over there. And also, this doesn't really need to be a prisoner bed. This can be... No, not medical. This can be a regular people bed. There we go. You're going to have to live with a mastodon. I'm not even sure we can get a mastodon in that room. You'd have to, like, squeeze it in there. You just, like, push it in. Okay. What was the point of that? Oh, right. The recharger Huzimic, what's the thing there? Yeah, when they get that deconstructed, I'll get the recharger in there and then figure out where I'm going to put anything else. Like the the thing that makes the thing, the subcode encoder or whatever that is, and then the mech gestator. Where do I possibly think that is going? Also, why am I not stapling bits onto people? Can we make something? How many... I only have 3 advanced components. We're working on some, though. It's just going to take forever because we're getting back on track here. Is there anything more I could be doing for them in terms of recreation? And I think the answer is no. They've got a TV. They've got books. They've got the little horseshoe pin. I could try and find a spot for a chess table? Danged if I know where that's going. Speaking of going, where are we going when the mechs eventually find us? So let's see. We're here. We could hop right over to there, but that's the one that's like really, really sad. Yeah, there's mechs everywhere, shattered buildings, awakening and killing, that kind of thing. We do want to kind of make a move down towards Betty's Hellscape, but that's going to be 2 jumps away. And sorry, remind me what this is. This is, an ancient complex. Okay, that doesn't really tell me a lot, does it, game? Hawthorne, remind me, can you kill? Yeah, you're actually not bad at it. Let me see if I can find something for you to kill with. I don't have a lot going on right now. Oh, I say that. I've actually got a charge lance. There we go. That'll do you just fine, kid. And let's make sure you're on hunting, by the way. Yeah, that's an okay thing for you to be doing. So, yeah, you're on hunting. It's not your top priority, and I don't want it to be. But you will get to it eventually. All right. Now what? Now what? Knife, you got the hat on. You're looking good. Again, you look like a cybernetic pig, which is weird, but it's kind of working for me. We got this deconstructed. Neat. So let's get this going on here. No, not ideology. That was a terrible idea, Dave. Does this fit in here? Yeah, it will. Right in there. Boom. Perfect. It's all about space in this game. Just space in the sense of, like, outer space, and space in the sense of I got to move things to put other things in there, and this is actually not unlike Mrs. Dave and I's house. We are forced to live clutter-free because we really don't have a lot of storage space in here. Poxitive, welcome, welcome. Have you thought about making 2 more thrusters? I think about that constantly, Poxitive. I spent most of my morning thinking, what if I had 2 more thrusters? Just in general. Not in the game. I was not thinking about RimWorld per se. But I was texting Mrs. Dave. I'm like, what if we had 2 more thrusters? And she's like, I don't know. That seems like a lot of thrusters. Do we need 4 thrusters? I'm like, well, it would be twice as good as we are right now. She says, is it really good, though, or is it just more? Because sometimes more is not necessarily good or better. Sometimes it's just more. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Maybe I don't need 2 more thrusters. You're entirely correct about that. So now, coming back to RimWorld, great idea. Not 100% sure where I'd put them and how I'd make it happen. It's not a bad idea. We could kind of examine that. What would I... Because I only have 2 Gravlite panels. So it's not like I can extend out and put some thrusters out like I did here. I'm going to need... How would I do that? I'd have to kind of carve into the ship. Yeah, we have plenty of thrusters. You're right, hon. We have plenty of thrusters. We don't need 4. We don't really need more thrusters than we have right now. None. You say that now, and then you're going to be looking for a thruster later. And you're like, how are we going to get into outer space? Okay, we've ordered takeout, and it's in outer space. How do we get into outer space? I'm like, well, I said we should have got more thrusters, and you're going to be like, you know what? Actually, you're right. We could have used another thruster or 2. I could, if I carved this bit out and this bit out, I could put a thruster there. Does that count as a wall, though? That's the thing. Does that count as a wall? I would not initially be opposed to that. What does it take to make a thruster these days? Odyssey, 180 steel, 4 components. I can do that all day. Does it count as a wall? I think... Let's give it a shot, because it's actually a pretty good idea. Poxitive might be onto something here. And by might be, I mean is definitely onto something. So if I put like 1 here and 1 here. Remind me, are those 2 or 3 long? Those are 2 long. Okay, good. That'll pop right in there, no problem. And hopefully that counts as a hull. He says optimistically. Does that count as a hull? Because I'm about to blow a hole in my spaceship here. And I'd rather, when we do eventually make it to space, we're not all sucked into the cold vacuum of space and killed. That would be my overall goal there. Did we make any chem fuel? Speaking of leaving, are we making any chem fuel? No. Tusky's pregnant. Okay, cool. We're going to have yet another mastodon. More mastodons on the way. I really need a bulk goods trader. I would not be opposed to selling a mastodon or two. There's a point at which, you know what, I have all the mastodons I need. And now I have 2 pregnant ones. We're going to be hip deep in mastodons, let me tell you. Okay, hip deep in mastodons. And by that I mean we'd probably be standing on several ladders because, honestly, mastodon versus person, I mean, we're hip deep to a mastodon, really. Do mastodons have hips? Hang on. Do mastodon... They must, right? They must. Mastodons must have hips. Otherwise, how would their legs move? Because they move. Wow. Question for the philosophers, really. Question for the philosophers. Do mastodons have hips? Oh, somebody opened the door. Cool. I guess that's where we live. And that thing blew up. We didn't get to hack that thing. Oh well. Everybody start deconstructing this nonsense. I guess one of the mastodons must have popped in there. What is this? An ancient band node? Okay, and just chunks and slag chunks. Okay, none of this seems to be particularly important right now. I gotta figure they do have hips. Otherwise, how would their legs move? That's like basically what your hips are for, right? So you can swing your legs around. I'm no doctorologist. I am no doctorizer. But I'm going to go ahead and say mammals have hips. I'm going to write a book about it. Not really a book. More of a pamphlet. I say pamphlet. I mean leaflet. Because it's just going to basically say mammals have hips. And I'm going to pass that out to people and see what they say about it. See if there's any dissenters. You know there will be. It doesn't matter what you say. You can say the sky is blue and people will be like, nope, not in my town. So I'm going to say mammals have hips, and there will be some sort of anti-mammal hip crusade launched against me. You know what? Good. I could use the publicity. That's fine. Stir up a little controversy about mammals and hips. I'm going to do that. Why is there meat here? Team, why is there meat being stored here? No food should be being stored there. Could we, Thule, could you just move that? Oh, you're cooking it. Oh, gotcha, kid. Okay, you're taking it to the stove. You just sort of dropped it on the floor on your way. Well, the lifter bot is bringing it back. It's bringing it back. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Badger pants for choice. Hashtag pants for choice. Hashtag geniusosity. So, wear pants, don't wear pants. Not really my problem. I could put stench back a little bit more on the growing and the plant cutting thing to try and get some of those crops done. We've flown away so many times. I have no idea where we are in terms of the mechs discovering us. It could be tomorrow. It could be a month from now, game time. I don't know. But we've been fleeing a lot recently. A lot. So I've kind of lost track. Because it was usually about a season. And then they'd figure you out and be like, hey, we're coming to get you. We're mechs. We're going to beat you up. Oh, they did my things. Cool. So put one of those there and one of those there. And see if that works as a wall. I feel it should. If it doesn't, I have exactly 2 Gravlite panels left. So I could bump both of them down 1 tile and put in a section of hull there. I might actually, hang on, before they do any of that, I'm going to do that. I've got the 2 tiles. It'll just make me feel better aesthetically. So what do I want to do here? Yeah, the Gravlite substructure, 1 there, and it just fits within my range too. 1 there. Okay, do mechs eat? Great question, Buzzkill. Great question. The answer is no. So I got you on that one. Real quick one there. Yeah, no real elaborate 20-minute thing about mechs and eating. It's just a hard no on that. Knife, it doesn't... Oh, knife, you're cleaning. Yay! Yay, good job. Where the heck am I going to put a mech gestator in here? Where do I think that's going to happen? That's just not realistic. I maybe deconstruct a bunch of shelves and I could slam it in the corner here and then everything will be on the floor again. Hang on, last of the coffee. That is really not my ideal. There's ambrosia. Okay, I'm not opposed to them having some hardcore narcotics. Excuse me one sec. So, yeah, you know what? That's really spread out. I'm weirdly going to ignore that. Stench, what's your problem? What is your problem? Yeah, I know you had a vasectomy. That is a problem. What's your like, mental problem? Oh, your son Igor died. Yeah, get over it. How long are you going to be lingering on that? Oh, boo-hoo. My son is dead and I've been given a vasectomy, so I can't have any more sons. Boo-hoo. Okay, we're like trapped in space. Well, not trapped in space at all. We're not trapped in space. We're actually on the ground. We're actually free to go wherever we want. We're not trapped, nor are we in space. So, Stench, when I say we're trapped in space, neither of those two things were true. We are neither in space, nor are we trapped. We can, well, barring a couple of quick repairs here, we could leave at any time. There's nothing stopping us from going anywhere at all. 14.1 to 13.3. Okay, so we're shaving off like 0.8 points-ish per time we talk to S.H.I.E.L.D. And we've got Hawthorne in the meantime. And you're heavily armed. Yeah, you are definitely heavily armed. Why don't you come up with the shooty group, Hawthorne? So, you know, you got the charge lance. We may as well keep you well armed and up front, because you're going to be doing a lot of shooting, I assure you. It's going to happen. If anyone wanted to maybe put my things together here, I want to not have a hole in the ship in case we have to leave in a hurry. Maybe? Anyone want to do that? Nope. Okay, who's supposed to be doing construction? I think that's also Stench. Stench and Hook. Hook, why aren't you doing anything that I want you to do? Oh, you're doing it literally right now. Thank you. Cool. So put the thruster there, and then I'll feel a little better if there's actually a hull there. It just seems like it should work better with the door issue. That seems like a good idea. Also, set this to room temperature, because we don't really need that to be freezing the room in there. This is frozen, right? Yeah, we're fine in here. And I'm seeing a lot of meals coming in. 82 simple meals coming in right now. Good. Keep killing things. Don't stop the slaughter. Ecosystems are for suckers. And take out that turkey, and then we'll just keep going down the list. An exotic goods trader. Ah, that could be interesting. What? Visitors. Okay, one thing at a time game. Put up... Give me my thruster here. Put up a copy of that there, and then a section of hull there. That's it. I am out of Gravlite panels at this point. So, Bertha, you want to go get on the space phone here and see what the exotic people have got? Don't really have anything to sell them, but we can give it a shot. I'm going to get rid of a mastodon or two. Yep, it's going to happen. Because I'm going to be swimming in mastodons, and they're not worth nothing. Okay, I can get 467 for Fuzzy right there. Shuttle engine. Powering a small shuttle. I don't need that right now. That's the thing. I don't need that. The problem here is I don't have a lot to sell these guys. I have a little bit of money, but not much. What have you got? Do you have a nose by any chance? Boy, I could really go for a nose. A heart, stomach, death acidifier, cochlear implant. Not as much. Not as much. Yeah, no, you're right. Bertha would be cheered up immensely. That's just simply not an option, unfortunately. Do I dare sell a little bit of gold? Like, if I sold 100 gold, if I said, like, 100, that gets me 1316. No, I don't want to buy it. I want to sell it to you, you see. 100. There we go. That gets me 636. I can get more gold. What kind of books do you have? The Manuscript of Doom. Bioferrite extraction and entity containment. I mean, you'll go insane reading it. But that's pretty good. Where am I going to put entities? You're not going to put entities anywhere. Mathematics is intellectual. That is recreation. I'm certainly not going to need a watermill generator anytime in the near future. Skill trainer for plants is really good. I know. Les, welcome. It's not yet another review of Transport Fever 3. No, big news, Les. I'm going to sell off a mastodon or two because they're worth a lot of money, and I've got 2 pregnant ones. The mastodon issue is reaching critical mass, so I think Fuzzy is going to go, and maybe Bruce. Yeah, Fuzzy and Bruce are going to go. That gets me not a small amount of money. I don't really need to buy their components. I have some neutroamine right now. So what would be my best move here? Boy, I'd love it if they had a nose, but they just don't have a nose. There's just no noses going on here. I don't think I need anyone, or I don't think anyone needs a stomach or a heart. I kind of want to take that manuscript of Doom, because it's called the Manuscript of Doom. If I bought that and a skill trainer for plants, I still make a tiny profit here. Or I could look at some tech prints, but those are stupid expensive. Stupid expensive. Catonius, it's not like there aren't going to be other mastodons. In fact, there are 2 more coming. There are 2 more coming soon. So don't worry about it. We will have more mastodons, and now we've got stuff. Hang on, what did I just buy? I should probably keep track of these things. The skill trainer. Okay, so who could be like... I could either make Stench wicked good at plants. He's already wicked good. Or maybe like Bertha. That's a 6. Yeah. I actually have a bunch of good plant people. 4. Grime is terrible, and Grime does other duties. Who's kind of a generalist? Sort of Hawthorne, in a way. Yeah, DeHook's really focused on animals and construction. I think we're going to go Bertha on this. Bertha, why don't you get better at plant stuff? So use that to learn plants. And then I'm going to have you grab that book. We might need another bookcase soon. There you go. So 6 to 11. Awesome. And then if you could haul the Manuscript of Doom, I surely would appreciate that. So what have we learned here? What have we learned? We've learned that I was right, as always, and that I have put all of this back together. Sure, people are still bummed out that their children are dead. I get it. But the ship is almost completely free of blood, vomit, and mastodon poop. The mastodons are not eating our food anymore, which is real super. They're eating. They're not eating, and I still have plenty of mastodons. I have 2 more on the way. They're not eating, and they'll have these done soon. We'll be ready to go very, very quickly, and we've got extra thrusting now. We're all about the thrusting, you see. I think we did very well today, and by we I mean me, and by me I mean genius, and by genius I mean geniusosity. Hashtag geniusosity. I did put it all back together. Everything's fine now. Everything is fine now. Okay. Still got an army of mastodons. I still have plenty of war mastodons. Not worried about that. So now we're just going to kind of kick around. We've got the Mechanator thing going on. We're going to kick around, and I'm probably going to spend tomorrow figuring out where the heck I'm going to put a Mechanator setup of any kind, because I want more robots. That's what I would like to see, is more robots. But then also we could just think about flipping and going to get some more Gravlite panels, because if I can extend the ship, I can put more stuff in there. Alright guys, I'm going to check out there. I'm going to let you guys go on with far more important things to do with the rest of your evening than this nonsense. I will let you make personal choices as to how many thrusters you need in your life. My answer is apparently 4. You have to sit with yourself in a dark room alone and come up with that answer yourself. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some more of this again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys will be here. I'll definitely be here. Thank you for allowing me to do this publicly. I adore this. I look forward to this all week. I know I say that every week. It's because I do. I look forward to this all week. I can't wait to do this. So I'm glad you guys come by, and hopefully you have a good time. We will be back tomorrow with 2 less mastodons, but 2 more thrusters. So it's a pretty good day. Thank you again. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye.